Welcome to the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast, presented by the Beef Cattle Research Council. The most popular content from beefresearch.ca, available on the go. Before we get into this week's episode, a quick message from the BCRC. Calving cows out is a huge responsibility, with many factors coming together to ensure a healthy calf hits the ground. A cow in ideal body condition, good breeding and genetics, and a clean environment are instrumental in a healthy calf being born. But what happens when something doesn't go as planned? What if a calf comes backwards or a leg is turned back? Producers need to be prepared to assist a cow having a difficult birth, including the knowledge of how and when to help. Watch the BCRC's video on the critical steps in assessing and managing difficult calvings. The link to the video is in the show notes. This episode is titled, Ready or Not, Calving is Coming. Plan ahead for a streamlined calving season. There are many aspects of a producer's day-to-day life that are out of their control. The weather, including precipitation, winds, and plummeting temperatures, can test the best made plans in the most organized of operations. Producers all hope for a smooth calving season with predictable weather conditions and adequate feed inventories, but will sleep easier knowing that they have a plan if things go in a different direction. Long before the first calf hits the ground, there is much that can be done to decrease the stress and workload during a busy season. Focusing on four main aspects of planning can ensure a safe and successful calving season. Number 1. Prevent disease before it starts by having a biosecurity plan. Avoid commingling any new cattle with pregnant cows and implement strict quarantine times for animals coming back to the main herd. Separate classes of cattle into different areas so you can manage risk based on what group is most susceptible to disease. Naive animals such as first calf heifers and new calves should be kept in the highest risk category. Consider implementing a calving strategy to help minimize calfhood disease. Print off a Google map of your calving areas so you can strategically plan how to move through groups of cattle in your day-to-day chores to prevent spread of contaminants to high-risk animals. Eliminate possible contaminants such as old feed piles, manure, and dead stock. Think ahead to spring melt and be prepared for wet areas and how drainage can lead to standing stagnant water and disease reservoirs. Always have adequate dry bedding available when it's not possible to move cattle to clean and dry areas. Clean your equipment. Ensure that the loader tractor you use to spread manure in the fall has been properly cleaned and disinfected before using it to bed new calves. Create areas on your farm specifically for sick animals. Ensure these animals do not share water and have cross-fence contact with healthy animals. Never place sick animals in the same area as naive animals, such as first calf heifers. Number 2, use your feed wisely and allocate according to animals' nutritional requirements. Evaluate the body condition score of your herd and decide if changes need to be made in order to raise or lower the score. Test your feed and use the results. Ensure that you are feeding the appropriate ration as the cow herd enters the production stage with highest nutritional requirements. Review your feed budget. Are you still on track with your fall feeding plan? Measure your inventory, calculate your feed use, and make sure you have enough minerals or supplements to get you through the busy season. Consider access to your feed supply. As the snow piles up or frost comes out of the ground, are you able to easily access all feed sources? Number 3, ensure your herd health management is on point. Healthy cows make healthy calves. Make certain your cows are properly vaccinated to ensure quality colostrum. Discuss your calving plan with your veterinarian. This will ensure that your veterinary client-patient relationship, VCPR, is current so you can access timely advice and medications if problems arise. Stock your farm's medicine supply with appropriate medications in case of illness and develop protocols on how and when to use them. Clean your calving supplies. Keep them in good working order and readily available. Stock quality colostrum supplements and or replacers. Prepare calving sites and plan for adverse weather events. This includes being able to access handling facilities in case of emergencies. Always have a plan or a readily accessible trailer in case you need to haul an animal to a veterinarian. And number 4, set goals and level up your record keeping. Evaluate last year's calving records. Address the problem areas and refine that went well. Decide what data you would like to capture and what you plan to do with it. Update your protocols, including any prescriptions that may be needed. Take the opportunity to train any staff or family members who may not be fully up to date on the record-keeping process. Explain any new systems and stress the importance of consistent records. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. You can find all relevant links and information at beefresearch.ca or in the show notes. The Beef Cattle Research Council is funded by the Canadian Beef Cattle Checkoff and strives for excellence in the production of Canadian beef, cattle, and forage through research, innovation, and extension. Tune in every Tuesday as the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast delivers straightforward insights, expert information, and a wealth of practical knowledge for Canadian beef producers. Subscribe now.